This is our final video project for Love and Sex. I'm Elizabeth.
I'm Ujme. I'm Sanasia.
One of the questions I will be presenting in the project is how has your cultural or ethnic background affected your views on love and sex?
Well, I'll be presenting the question, how does one's acceptance of gender fluidity affect one's view on love?
My question will be, what are the key elements of a healthy relationship?
And my second question will be, how has social media affected your perception of love?
Hope you enjoy the video.
Woo-hoo! Yay! My question is, how has your culture or ethnic background affected your views on love and sex? Growing up in my home, things definitely were different from when I was younger to when I was older. Pre my parents' divorce, love looked abusive. It looked angry, mean. It looked like it was a one-way street. One person was supposed to give and the other just took. And I think that really shaped a lot of where I am now because of how I went through that, and I know how it not only affected my mother, but I also know how it affected all the kids and like us all then having to pull extra weight where my dad was lacking. But once my dad came back after the divorce, he was a changed man, and so love became a two-way street. It became the verb instead of the noun. It became the effort. It became something that both parties had to partake in. And I feel like it really shows that just because people may have messed up, they can still change. But at the same time, I feel like you need to get yourself out of that situation if it becomes bad. Growing up, sex was always viewed as a thing that you're supposed to hold off, and the person is supposed to be worth it. Like, you shouldn't just hand it out to just everyone. And so I firmly believe that. I waited for my boyfriend. We waited until we'd probably been dating for about 6 months, and at that point I knew he was the man I was going to marry, and and that was just the best decision I think we made as a couple, because we've both been through seeing our parents, how their marriages have worked and what hasn't worked, and we're just bringing in two different cultures on how we view it. And so I just think, just growing up like that, it's all about love is the verb. It's the compromise. It's the action. And it's everything you have to do. So at the end of the day, just be with each other.
Hi, my name is Tanisha. I'm majoring in interactive designs here at Kennesaw State. And I am a senior, and I will be graduating May 9th. So we'll give it up for me.
All right, Tanisha. How has your culture or ethnic background affected your views on love and sex?
Well, I believe my culture has shown me that love is beautiful. It's dynamic. It continuously grows and matures. I believe that a person's body is sacred. So, with that being said, I think they should, really give themselves to someone who's actually deserves them in that way. So I would definitely say hold off on sex until like deep down in your heart, like this person deserves you and they deserve your gift that you're gonna bless them with. And just growing up in my household or black household, I witnessed the ups and the downs of love. It's not all squeaky clean that people may paint the picture to be. I witnessed the ups and downs, I witnessed the compromises, and I witnessed the effort that it actually takes to maintain a relationship. So at the end of the day, love is devotion, it's a commitment, and it's not just a feeling or a fairy tale that, many people may paint it to be. It's work.
When it comes to the whole idea of gender fluidity, I believe that when one accepts it, then their eyes are open to more prospects of love. Because without accepting gender fluidity, a lot of people oftentimes restrict love to just being between a man and a woman. Where, on the other hand, if you should accept that there are many other people who would like to identify as something else, who would like to live their life portraying characteristics of another gender or sex, you are now open to a whole new world where a man and a man could have love. A man and a transgender woman, I would call them now, can have love. A woman and a woman have love. A woman who would like to adopt characteristics of a man can experience love. So like love will have no restrictions when one accepts gender fluidity. Because without gender fluidity, love is just restricted to just man and woman. And there's much more to love than that.
Gender fluidity, it doesn't change my view of love. For me, love is just being happy with someone and finding someone that you can be around with and feel comfortable. And it actually makes sense, the gender fluidity, because you don't need to be a man with a man to be happy. You just need to be with someone that make you happy. It can be a girl, it can be a gay person, it can be a lesbian, it can be whoever you want to be. You just need to be happy with them. So gender fluidity, it doesn't actually affect my view of love. It just makes more sense with it.
I'm Sam. I'm a business management major at KSU, and I'm a third-year junior.
Hi, Sam. I just have one quick question for you. What are the key elements of a healthy relationship?
Communication, respect, and trust.
Can you give me some examples of communication?
Communication, because me and my sister, we have a really good, healthy relationship. Just because when we have a problem, we communicate back and forth to work things out instead of holding grudges.
Hi. My question is, what are some key elements of a healthy relationship? I just have 3 basic ones. Number 1 is communication. Number 2 is compromise. And number 3 is forgiveness. I've learned in this class that a relationship isn't just like your significant other. It can be your friend. It can be your mother. It can be your sister. It can be your brother. In my opinion, for a healthy relationship, you have to communicate. That's like the biggest thing, is to communicate. Because, for instance, me and my sister, we argue all the time, like legit all the time. But it's just like we just can't communicate towards one another. So we argue about petty stuff. But if we was to communicate, it wouldn't be an argument. You know? Like, if you don't communicate in a relationship, it's like you're just not communicating, you know? You're not saying how you're feeling. So we can't read minds as humans, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to communicate. You have to tell it how it is. Get it off your chest. Okay, maybe not get it off your chest, but just let them know how you're feeling, because they probably don't know. And that's like one of our biggest things. I know we have to fix it, but we will in the future. I don't know when, you know. And compromise, I'll have to see for the second one, because at the end of the day, you're not going to always have it your way in a relationship. You have to compromise, you know, like most of my friends are in relationships right now, and they have to compromise with their significant others. Some of them aren't even clean like that, but if you love them, you just have to compromise, you know, pick up their stuff sometimes. Maybe you tell them. That's communication come in, like, hey, can you please pick up your socks? That's really bothering me, you know? And it won't, you know, boil up and you'll blow up like a volcano, because you'll get it right. They'll get it right for you. You know what I'm saying? And then the last thing is forgiveness. I feel like we always want like that perfect guy or that perfect partner. But at the end of the day, we're not perfect. We're just human. You know, humans make mistakes. So we always have them up like as a pedestal, but at the end of the day, they're going to make mistakes. So you have to forgive them when they do. You know, you just have to forgive them. And I've learned in this class that, okay, pride. You can't always, sometimes you can't have pride. You know what I'm saying? You can't be prideful all the time. And that's what she was saying at the beginning of the class, well, the beginning of the semester, is pride equals being single, you know. And who wants to be single? I mean, yeah, you want to be single for a certain amount of time, but at the end of the day, well, for me, I don't want to die by myself. You know, I wanna build and have a relationship and have, you know, my husband or whatnot and children in the near future. So me, because I have a lot of pride, you know, but I just have to suck it up. I always told us, in a relationship, you just have to. I'm gonna have to cut this out, but in a relationship, that has to be your friend. Like, that person has to be your friend. You know, it has to be your best friend. You know, well, that's what I want. I want my husband or whatnot to be my best friend. So he knows how to piss me off, but also he makes me happy in a sense. And I just feel like in any relationship, the goal is to be happy with that person. You know? So, yeah.
Okay, so my second question I was proposing was, how has social media affected my perception of love? And I would say it's definitely, it kind of tricks the audience when you're scrolling through your feed and all you see is, oh, just engaged, oh, just married, oh, happy 6 months. It showcases like all the big steps, but it doesn't show you all the little battles that led up to the victory. It doesn't show you, it shows you the noun of love, but it doesn't show you the verb. The hard work, the late nights, the crying, the arguments, all the stuff that went towards making that relationship. Because no relationship is just peaches and cream. You're never going to meet somebody and not have to compromise within your relationship. It's always going to be some sort of a little battle. But once you get over those and you're just enjoying the moment, it is a great thing. It is a lovely thing. But if you're not in a relationship and all you see is the stuff online, and then you get in one and you're like, wow, why are we fighting so much? Why aren't we just like people online? No, they were the same way. They had their arguments. They had their crying. They were up till 3 o'clock in the morning disputing over something because they didn't want to go to bed angry. It's just not something they want to paint for the world to see. And I think it's because a lot of times we like to keep our business between us, which isn't a bad thing, but I wouldn't necessarily just look to social media when you're looking for your standards of relationship, because all you're going to find is butterflies and rainbows and unicorns, and relationships aren't that. Love is not the noun, it's the verb.
Hello everyone, my name is Nicole Johnson and I am an integrated studies major at Kennesaw State University.
So Nicole, how has social media affected your perception of love?
Well, social media I feel has definitely kind of either ruined or tarnished my perception of love. Generally online, people tend to edit out all the bad stuff and lie about details about the good stuff even too. They will edit out the hardship and the arguments and the crying and all the stuff that makes a relationship and what makes love work, and edit it all out so it looks like this pristine, crystal clear image of just cuteness and happiness and rainbows and sunshine, when really that's not love. Love is, hard work, dedication, putting in the time, and I feel like on social media, you don't see all that background work. It's like hitting an iceberg, basically. You see that 10% of stuff, but you don't see the 90% of all the other stuff that goes into it.
This is our final video project for Love and Sex. I'm Elizabeth.
I'm Ojime. I'm Sadasia.
So for my question, I will be asking, how has your cultural or ethnic background affected your views on love and sex?
And I
have 2 questions.
What's up with this airplane? I was like, can you shut up?
This is our final video project. I'm Elizabeth.
I'm Ojime. I'm Sadasia.
My first question I will be asking is, how has your cultural or ethnic background affected your views on love and sex?
And I'll be asking, how does one's acceptance of gender fluidity affect their view on love?
Oh, and I'll be asking, what are the key elements? What is it? What are the key
elements to a healthy relationship?
Sorry,
girl.
It's like going from you to you. I'm not thinking about my question.
Keep it. I'm a business management major at KSU, and I'm a third-year junior.
Hey Sam, so I just have one question for you. What are the key elements of a healthy relationship?
Communication, trust, and honesty. Respect.
You're supposed to give examples, Sam.
I'm Sam. I'm a business management major at KSU, and I'm a third-year junior.
Hi Sam, I just have one quick question for you. What are the key elements of a good relationship?
communication.
Shit, I said good, not healthy.
Hello everyone, my name is Nicole Johnson and I am
Hi everyone. Why am I saying hi? My question was for, this class. What? Yes, we know it's this class. Oh my gosh. I'm going to go crazy. Well, hi, my name is Sadeja. I'm in this class. What? Why am I introducing myself? I already did this. This is like take 20.